Right, we're going to give the car a run down the road, and with my car, if you reverse it out, that's what sets it off. So I need to get off the drive. So we're on a nice smooth main road. Can you hear that? Sounds like thunder. Lump in the road, and it sounds like there's something loose in the boot. Now, the car didn't do this until it had its MOT, so I reckon putting it up on the ramp, messing about underneath it, putting it back down, that set it off. The car's 15 years old. They're quite well known for the bushes wearing out. In fact, on some cars they seem to wear out really quickly. This car's done about 107,000 miles. It wasn't looked after before I got it, and now it's time to put that defect right. So I was doing 30 miles an hour then on a flat road. Little repair patches every now and then. If you hit one, it really does sound like there's something seriously wrong with the car. Curiously enough, it doesn't affect the handling. We're just coming into the 60 mile an hour limit, so I'll put it around this corner, put my foot right down, and it will fly around the corner. No problem with the handling at all. So just put it around the corner. Really lumpy bit, listen to this. So this is the surface I was riding over when it made all the noise. It's the drive into an industrial park. Right, so in the kit there's two bushes for the anti-roll bar. There's two drop links for the end of the roll bar going down onto the suspension arms, and there's two what they call lower arms. So these are all the parts that are likely to wear out and be making that banging sound. As I've already changed the bushes once, I'm pretty convinced that it's actually this part that's worn out, and the reason for that is when I disconnected the two bushes, the anti-roll bar wobbled about, and I'm pretty sure it should be pretty stiff. So I'm hoping that this is going to fix it. Got to take the drop link off of the main member here so I can get the anti-roll bar off. I've left the anti-roll bar done up so it's sitting in its bushes still because I don't want it waving about all over the place. I've already done the other side, so I know that I need to get this 15mm socket on here and get it loosened off first because they're all corroded up. Now that looks like it's going round, doesn't it? It's not going round. In fact, looking at the drop link on the top, you can see it's just mutilating the rubber. What it's done is just loosened it up. Inside there is a nut which needs a 15mm ring spanner, and it needs to be held in the centre with this Allen key, which is probably 5mm one. And that's pretty rusty, so I don't want to go in there. Once you get it, if you can get it in there. always end up tapping that in. And I'll try and just use the jack to lock that. And then I should be, hopefully, slowly undoing it. I don't think they could have made this any more awkward if they'd tried. Sometimes you wonder about the design of certain components. I'm certainly not impressed by most of the design of the underside of this car. You know, in the old days I used to have Capris and I had a Scimitar, and they just seemed so much easier to fix than this bloody car. And yet a lot of the point parts and everything, they were made by Fords. So the crap coming out of it is obviously original parts, never been changed. So they've done 107,000 miles, which sounds good, but you know, most of my old Ford cars, I used to run them into the ground. 170,000 miles. You'd see through the bodywork before anything else gave up. Right, well, I've been on this side for about half an hour now, and because the thing's so corroded, the inside of it has rounded and the Allen key won't fit in it anymore. I've managed to undo it just enough so I can get a pad saw across the top of it. So I'm going to be sawing this through. To get it out, I've forced this metal wedge into the underside of it so that it can't turn, and I've been able to undo it with the socket. This should come out once I take the actual roll bar off, which I'm going to do now. So we'll just look underneath the car. If you look under there, you can see the roll bar going along, and it's held on with two bushes, and this is the closest one. I've had these off recently, so you can see I've replaced with stainless steel, and you can also see a bit of aircraft repair tape in there, which has done absolutely nothing. So that'll be coming out. We'll brush that all up, respray the thing, and put it back on. So the next job is to undo those two bolts on either side and take the bushes and the arm off. This takes a 6mm Allen key, and that fits exactly in the end of a screwdriver, so that makes it, gives you plenty of leverage so you can undo it. Now I've already taken these off recently, so they should come off pretty quick. But I will tell you, they were real devils to get off the first time round because everything's corroded. All the threads want to strip, and I've replaced it with stainless steel. So there's a metal clamp that peels off, and then that just splits and comes off. Now that aluminium repair tape, that stuff there, that's called speed tape, and they repair aeroplanes with that. That's been on there like 2 days, and it's going to be completely useless. So all these people go, oh, I'll wrap it up with tape, and that'll be fine. Forget it. Right, I've got both sides out now, so just be able to lift this out, I hope. Bit of metal still attached to it. There we go, and that's off. So that's what it's looking like, and that is what it should look like. Or will do when we put the new one on. And make sure that I put it on the right way round as well. Right, I've got the anti-roll bar in the vise, and I need to take the drop link off, which is this part. Now that actually needs to be turned, but it's this part here that needs to turn, and I haven't got anything that's can get hold of that, so I'm going to saw it through there with a hacksaw, and then cut a slot in the end, and hopefully be able to undo it like that. Right, I've sawn the end off the link, which was actually remarkably easy to do. So that came out pretty easy. What has not been easy to do is undo the stub of it. So what I've now done is I've filed a flat on both sides and I've put it in the vise and I've just crunched it round and it now seems to be moving. So let's hope I can now get it out. Now it's actually loosened off. You can see that there's a collar with a flat on it that you're supposed to put a 17mm spanner on. Well, I tried and I was not strong enough to do that. And that's it. And out it comes. Strangely enough, the new ones don't have that flat on it. I've put a load of copper E's on the end of this to make it easy to get in and easy to get out, and hopefully it won't seize again. I don't expect I'll ever do this job again, but just in case. It seems to me that there's nothing to undo that with. Right, hopefully that's all good. These joints are significantly stiffer than the ones that were on there. These two washers came off the original drop links and the new ones don't come with them, so I'm just going to clean them up with a bit of sandpaper before I put them back on. I'm going to put the anti-roll bar back on now. Got the parts all laid out and ready, and I've greased everything up, soaked it in copper E's, which I'm a great believer in. And the other thing I've noticed is that the two nuts that come with the new ones are 17mm rather than the 15mm spanner size that the ones came off it. So here we go. I'm going to have a go at putting this back on. Just get these nuts on finger tight so that it won't fall back out. So just getting the last bit done up. Admit, this proved to be a real bugger. Much easier to get them on than it is to get them off because everything's free. But... Right, car's all back together now. All new shiny parts. Just a quick look. Just about see new bushes, new shiny drop links. Let's go and give it a run, see if that's actually done the job. Well, it's much quieter, but it's not silent. I reckon the bushes in the top links are shot. So this is only a partial success. Those bushes are £36 a pair, which means another 72 quid I need to shell out. Not impressed. Just got to take it down the same bit of road as we did the test flight on. And there's still a noise there. It's nothing like the thunder that it was. The top link bushes are knackered as well.